for any member of staff to put on payroll and also remove. On the case of Paul Kamati and Patrick Nkonga, they have not instructed the payroll officer to strike them from the payroll. Committee findings and observations. Mr. Speaker, the committee takes the following findings and observations. 1. The office of the Deputy Governor is constitutional and created to deputize the office of the Governor. The committee establishes that the office of the Deputy Governor is an office within the office of the Governor in terms of budgeting. This therefore goes without saying that all activities within the office are supposed to be funded from the Governor's office budget. There is no clear distinction on how this budget should be shared between the two offices. Number 2, the Deputy Governor stated that his office was being underfunded for office operations. He submitted receipts before the committee showing various times he has fueled the official vehicle with his personal resources while on official duty. He further submitted letters written to different county departments and office of the Governor, which have never been responded to. This therefore establishes clearly that the office of the Deputy Governor is underfunded or not being funded at all in terms of daily operations. Number 3, further, the Deputy Governor submitted that he had 2 officers assigned to his office as a senior driver and personal assistant. He submitted 2 letters showing appointment of one Paul Kamati and Mr. Patrick Nkonga as the senior driver and personal assistant respectively. He however indicated that the 2 were alleged to have resigned from service and struck off payroll. He submitted 2 letters from the office of the Governor signed by Chief of Staff Mr. Harrison Gatobu acknowledging receipt of their designations. The committee tried to establish the veracity of the matter and invited the 2 officers to record submissions. The 2 appeared before the committee under oath and submitted that they have never written in resignation letter, and it was there, and if it was there, then it was forgery. 1, Mr. Paul Kamati submitted that he first became aware of his resignation through social media after he saw the acknowledgement letter of his alleged resignation letter from Chief of Staff being posted. Mr. Nkonga submitted that he came to know of his alleged resignation after he did not receive his monthly salary, and on inquiry from the human resource, he was informed that he had resigned and the Chief of Staff had given instructions to strike off the payroll. The payroll manager gave him a copy of the acknowledgement letter which was written by the Chief of Staff. The committee further, in bid to establish the truth, invited the county public service to give its submissions on the matter. On oath, the bond submitted that they have never received any resignation letter from any of the 2 officers and have never issued any order to strike them off payroll, being the body that is mandated by law to appoint and dismiss public officers within the county public service. As a matter of fact, the bond stated that as far as they were concerned, the 2 officers are still in service and there was no resignation letters in their personal files. The bond further provided a list of employees serving in the office of the Governor, and the 2 mentioned officers were appearing in the list as employees serving the office of the Deputy Governor. Number 4, the committee further sought to record testimony from Chief of Staff Mr. Harrison Gatobu on the acknowledgement of letters on resignation, which he was the author, but he did not honor invitation, nor did he send any correspondence on non-appearance. The committee, acknowledging how critical the submissions of the Chief of Staff were, since he is the person who admitted in writing the receipt of the resignation letters from the two officers, decided to compel him appear before the committee through summons on 12th October 2023. However, the Chief of Staff shunned the summons with only a brief letter from the County Secretary indicating the subject in discussion was pending in court. Therefore, they could not engage on the same. The committee noted the nature of summons issued required physical appearance on the officer before the committee, where he could then be given the opportunity to raise the sub judice issue. However, having shunned away the summons, the committee resolved to proceed and draw conclusions in the absence of his submissions. This therefore makes the committee conclude that the two officers indeed never resigned from the service and there is no existence of the alleged resignation letters. The committee also observes that the action to acknowledge a non-existent resignation letter and further directing removal of the officers from the payroll is gross misconduct by the Chief of Staff, and there is need for disciplinary action for the by the relevant authority. Number 5, the committee further observes that the action of the payroll manager to strike off the two officers from the payroll based on acknowledgement letter from Chief of Staff and the absence of any resignation letters from the said officers or authority to do so from the County Public Service Board, which is legally mandated body to appoint and dismiss the officers in the County Public Service Board, is ab initio illegal and void. Therefore, there is need for the board to act on the issue
Turi mugo mwena arande ni ya bunge na aramantu mariete na mbere kwewe makende kana motion orawethiretwe ukinenkanirwa bunge de MCA wanarantere chemitungu Ivan Zakari na nawe mutongore wa baraba ngikire bunge no ya county ya Meru murithire wa Meru TV na akire TV ya kumbi chinu kuonagu ni imwe kwemwe mantu maramethiretwe makithi na mbere na rwariro rurwa kuruta governor ukina mbere kwewa ruki aragirwa labda tumuthi na mbere kwewa ngegutongithagiria kana ngekwiraga tuma antuma mara methiretwe bakina mbere kwigwa bakiaragiria batemberentie kinyagu Meru County Assembly majority rindoyo wetwa Evans Maurakaria ethiretwe kina mbere kwigwa gitaraniria mantu mwanya mara methiretwe makina mbere kwigwa makiwetwa tamo mantu manene mara methiretwe makithema governor uyu ethirwa akirutwa utongoriani nkirithagiria nkuona agukari wogu ma MCA barendeni ya bunge ra batongoretwe ni mwaria wa bunge no kana speaker wa bunge no na tonge ni Ayub Bonde arabethiretwe bakina mbere kwigwa bakirikiria nikana mankurigania ati kuwetwa wontu uti kumanisha emunthe irio governor kaina mbere kwigwa kirutwa giteni kwena ntonkona bakiuria akwagu governor emunthe iria kurutwa giteni imantu makaina mbere kwigwa makithukagia process kana mukondo muraya motion uyu kunenkanirwo kire bunge kuthikirwa ma MCA bakawatira kuina mbere kwa bakiringa kura na ikengo kethirwa bakaina mbere kwa bagitiganagiria bongo atima governor kwegwa akiuma garuka agiteni na rurwariro rukaina mbere kwa rukinenkanagirwo na arakiri senate kengo ne senate thi na mbere kwegwa ikiruta aguge bwayo kwina mantu mugwanja maramethiretwe makina mbere kwegwa makinenkanagirwo agagu marama kutema governor ethirwa akiruta wa utongoriani na onto bwa mbere na arethiretwe akirekana gutumira kana utumiri bothoku bwa kigina kia county governor erikenete nethiretwe agitumagira bothoku kigina ya county no na tethiretwe akibangira bwega na kinya tikigina ke kuririkana kinya resources yani intobia county ethiretwe kina mbere kwegwa akibitumira bora gutagirite kwa ubo buno onto bwa mbere burubura bwethiretwe buki thema governor kwegwa akiuma giteni onto bwa mairi no onto bwa kwendanira kana kureta kubi antu bamuji wake kwegwa aina kwendera antu bamuji wake kana muji wago ibo ntu bongi wa maire bora bwethire tubukina mbere kwegwa bukewetawa na mononkroki ontu bora bwethire tubukiringithanwa na mitugo itagirite labda weteya kana na kuerezera bwega mantu mama makone na mitugo itagirite lakini grodi chirira bethire tubakeria nino ya antu bamuji kana kureta hakubi antu bamuji wago barethire twakirutaniria nabo ngugi grode itha twire ithiritwe kinambere kwekeragirwa ni untu bukoneni na agutwika yani ga atikwenda kiona barabange bweta wano giti ku bure kira mutongole gutwika we nwe guru ya barabange bonde atikwenda kwirwa na nuntu burabo ithiritwe bukinambere kwigwa bukewa totabuntu wa mathatu bura governor kuerekana na kurona bwabo thiritwe bukite marutwa gitini untu wobu konene na bure bwethiritwe bukiringithanwa muna kunyitheria barabange kana tongore barabange gutwika ati kuona tongore barabange ta antu labda tongore barabange yani nakubenikira eshima chiago untu bwa mana bura governor thiritwe kinambere kwa kiwetu nabu no ntu bwa kwigwa akire agitarana gutakuthingatira sheria kwina sheria chithiritwe ikiwa iraitemaga kana iriruthikaga kethirwa muntu anakwenda gutarwa gitengoni fulani kwina mitaratara thingatagirwo kwina sheria iribatagirwa kuthingatirwo kuringana na MCA baba kana kuringana na rwari rwa karia kuririkana ati mantu mama matithiritwe makinambere kwa makithingatirwa na kwogu nontu bwa bwethiritwe bugitema governor bethira Gikarangone onto bungi bomatano bwa bwethiritwe bukinambere kwigwa bukewetwa ni mantu makoina akorega kuthikiria akoti onto bomathanthatu mantu makoneni na ku name kana weta kwa marietwa intobia mwingi gutari na mitaratara kuthingatiro kwangerekano bakinenkanagira barabara era ya kirunga era yathie na mbere kwigwa igitawa rietwa ria the first gentleman Murega Baichu era yetwe Murega Baichu road baugire barabara eno gutiena thina ya rietwa gwitwa lakini tathingatira kinyayo misingire bataraga muntu uyu rietwa iri gwitwa ri muntu uyu mea barabara intobia mwingi birenkagirwa kana binema wa kumane na njoro fulani njorwe no njorwe yambi Baichu uyu tukwariria labda inchamba ya Meru aruthirite ya Meru ata ethiritwe na impact iri gukire mwingi nontu bora bwethiritwe kana bethiritwe bakiweta bakiwontu bobu nontu buthuku sana na butagirite na ibu bawetete buli ntu bamathanthatu bwa mantu mara methiritwe makithina mbere kwigwa makiwetwa makuruta governor Kaura Mwangaza Gitindi kwenikira kinya assembly ya Meru nontu bunge kinya bwethiritwe bukina mbere kwigwa bukiweta wagao bora bwethiritwe bukina mbere kwigwa bukithema governor kwigwa akiruta wa Gitini muretheria wa Meru TV gutongithirie tu mama mantu mara methiritwe makina mbere kwigwa makenderea ganara bungeni eno ya county ya Meru na inkuona mantu mama no methiritwe makithina mbere kwigwa agitaragiro ko gwithina mbere makwigwa uri TV ni yaku no kirithagiire tukewa twikunenkagiri in case of anything tubunde burangu turika nambere kuikiumagira turi akenga utigira ati itu kumenyithia na bwandiki betu bantheto by ruterero rongero studio ruterero rwa bunge kuthina mbere kwigwa bagitigire batukinyithiria mantu mama imwe kwa imwe batongoreretwe ni murigi wa charity ibwega thina mbere kwigwa wikarakire mutamo gatondere kuthingatira.
Chief of including the CECs, the Chief of Staff and administrators to verify him. The committee opened the conduct to the amount to gross misconduct, and the governor, knowing that this hand and duty to reprimand and discourage the discourse, but instead she churned it on conclusions. In conclusion, the committee established sufficiently that the governor has, as in person or through the members of staff, aided the under facilitation of the office of the deputy governor to cripple it down to perform its constitutional mandate. This has been supported by the various testimonies and evidence adduced before the committee, including refusal to fuel the official deputy governor vehicle, acknowledgement of the non-existence of resignation letters of the staff serving the deputy governor's office, arbitrary relocation of the office of the deputy governor without consultation to an office without the relevant governor in the social media forums, and encouraging the junior staff to verify and castigate him. Encouraging exclusion of the deputy governor from the county executive committee meetings, which he is constitutionally a substantive member, and the failure to honor summons by the committee of the county assembly, which is against provisions of article number 195 of the constitution and section 39(2) of the County Government Act 2012. Article 75 of the constitution states, 1. A state officer shall behave whether in public and official life, in private life, or in association with other persons in a manner that avoids a. Any conflict between personal interest and public or official duties, b. Compromising any public or official interest in favor of demeaning the office holds. The office owns. Number 2, a person who contravenes the clause 1 or article 76, 77 or 78 2A shall be subject to the for the relevant office, and b. may, in accordance with the disciplinary procedure referred to in paragraph A, be dismissed or otherwise removed from office. 3. A person who has been dismissed or otherwise removed from office for contravention of the provisions specified in clauses 2 from holding any other office. The committee therefore resolves that the actions and omissions committed by the governor contravenes the provisions of Article 75 1C quoted above, that the governor acted in a manner that he was demeaning the office she holds. The committee, having concluded on this matter, it is therefore the prerogative of the county assembly to invoke provisions of Article 75 2 of the Constitution and any other enabling law as they deem fit. Recommendations. The county treasury, Mr. Speaker, the committee recommends that 1. The county treasury to establish as a vote within the vote end of the office of the governor, and in order of all planning documents to ensure the office of the deputy governor is well funded to discharge its constitutional mandate, and in the failure of the county treasury to do so, County Assembly be free to establish the first supplementary budget for the year 2023-2024 or 2024-2025 financial year. Number 2, that the Meru County Public Service Board do direct reinstatement of one Mr. Patrick Nkonga and Paul Gikamati as personal assistant and senior driver respectively under the period which they have legally been removed from the payroll, and all paid within a month from this report, within a month from when this report is passed by the Assembly. Number 3, that the County Public Service Board is hereby directed to immediately desist from delegating the appointing authority to officers who are not stipulated in Section 86(1) of the County Government Act. Number 4, that the Meru County Public Service Committee commences disciplinary action against the Chief of Staff on issuing acknowledgement letters of non-existent resignation letters pursuant to Section 54(4)(f) of the County Government Act 2012. Number 5, the committee also recommends that the Deputy Governor should be reinstated to his office at the county headquarters that befits his stature as the duly elected Deputy Governor of Meru within 7 days after the adoption of this report. The committee notes that the public resources were spent to make the office suitable to host the deputy, to host a Deputy Governor, so the office should serve its purpose. Number 6, that the County Assembly finds the Governor, the CEC Finance, the County Secretary, the Chief of Staff, and the Fleet Manager in violation of Article 195 Constitution together with Section 18 and 22. The County Assembly's Privileges Act, and the Assembly may take any action it deems fit against the officers. Acknowledgement. Mr. Speaker, the committee sincerely is grateful to the office of the Speaker and the Clerk of the Assembly for the necessary support extended to it in execution of its mandate. The chairperson of the committee takes the opportunity to also thank all the members of the committee for their patience, sacrifice, endurance, commitment to public service. The committee wishes to convey appreciation for services rendered by Secretariat of the committee. Their effort and dedication made the work of the committee and production of this report possible. This is, Mr. Speaker, my submission by the committee. Mr. Speaker, we have the members, a number of members, Mr. Speaker, who signed this report, and it is in our annexure. I want, Mr. Speaker, to also mention the annexures that are in this report, Mr. Speaker, that maybe I might not go through them, but they are all there for the members to see. First, we have in the annexures, we have letters from His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, to the County Assembly. We also have annexure number 2, which is invitation of the Deputy Governor to appear before the committee. Annexure number 3, request for the Deputy Governor requesting the scheduling of the meeting. Number 4, we have receipts of expenditure incurred by the Deputy Governor in the funding office operations and fueling his official vehicle. Number 5, we have correspondences from the office of the Deputy Governor to the County Secretary. Number 6, we have evidence of verification of the Deputy Governor on WhatsApp group. Number 7, we have invitation letters for the Governor, County Secretary, Chief of Staff, CCM Department of Finance, Economic Planning, CCM Legal Affairs, Public Service Management and Administration, Secretary, County Public Service, Board, Chief Officer Cooperatives, Fleet Manager, Mr. Patrick Nkonga and Mr. Paul Kamati. Number 8, we have apology letter from Her Excellency the Governor and the CCM Finance and Economic Planning or not being able to attend the meeting. Number 9, we have acknowledgement receipt of resignation letter from Mr. Paul Kamati. 10, we have appointment letter for Mr. Patrick Nkonga. Number 11, we have pay slips of Mr. Patrick Nkonga. Number 12, we have acknowledgement receipts of resignation letter from Mr. Patrick Nkonga. Number 13, we have list of employees working under the office of the governor from the County Public Service Board. Number 14, we have summons to appear before the committee for the governor, CCM Department of Finance and Economic Staff, Economic Planning, Chief of Staff, County Secretary and Fleet Manager. Number 15, we have copies of the oaths that they took, Mr. Speaker, and lastly but not least, we have the minutes of the committee that are all annexed in this committee. Mr. Speaker, at this particular point, I think these are the submissions and that's the report of the committee, and I would wish to ask my Vice Chair, One Honorable Kirina, to support this report of the commission, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Rachel Mabudi, for going through that lengthy report. And now, the Vice Chair, Honorable Kirina, it's your chance to second. Please take the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity to second the motion that has been read by my very able chair, Honorable Gacheri Muturi. For the purpose of records, Kirinya Mwenda Benson, specially elected through Devolution Empowerment Party. Honorable Speaker, I rise to second this motion. And number 2, Honorable Speaker, before I second, I want to extend gratitude to you and your office for placing this matter before the Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Cohesion. It was quite an engaging matter, Honorable Speaker, that we took with honor, and we did the best we could to come up with this report, Honorable Speaker. I would like to second the motion by drawing the attention of the members to the recommendations that the committee did. And these recommendations, Honorable Speaker, are meant borrowing from a colleague who spoke, Honorable Kuranira. He said that this house has mandate to untie the millstone around our necks, and therefore the work of this committee and the recommendations they did, Honorable Speaker, was to further untie the millstones around the necks of even members who are not part of this house but working tirelessly for the welfare of Meru County, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, the recommendations, especially recommendation number 5 and 6, Honorable Speaker, is meant to prevent megalomaniacs who rise to power, Honorable Speaker, from further misusing that power and making other people who are working for this county look like they are working under the masses of those megalomaniacs, Honorable Speaker. That is why when you look at recommendation number 5, we have categorically, the committee has categorically recommended that the Deputy Governor be reinstated to the office that Honorable Speaker was designed to befit Honorable Kirinyo as our standing orders. You have 5 minutes and you have consumed 5, so I'll give you more 3. Condense your arguments. Please continue.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, again for your generosity. What I was saying is that our recommendation number 5 has also been given timelines that the Deputy Governor be reinstated in the office that was designed to befit the stature of the Deputy Governor within 7 days. And number 6, Honorable Speaker, is that the County Assembly has found, or according to the report, has found the Governor, the CCM Finance, and the County Secretary, the Chief of Staff, and the Fleet Manager in violation of Article 195 of the Constitution, together with sections 18 and 22 of the County Assembly's powers and privileges, and this Honorable House takes the action. And therefore, even the end of the recommendations in this is that the Assembly has been asked to take action that it deems fit. So thank you, Honorable Speaker. Because of time constraint, I second the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Kenya Benson, honorable members.
In this honorable House, Honorable Speaker, I'm a member of the committee and we did a good work. And Honorable Speaker, at some point, some people almost went into tears when they heard the submissions from the Deputy Governor, and indeed not only members from this Assembly, Honorable Speaker, including members of the public who watched live on Meru TV the proceedings of that day when the Deputy Governor was in this honorable House, Honorable Speaker, and it was a bad moment. And Honorable Speaker, we are dealing with people who cannot comply to the standards of this honorable House, Honorable Speaker, who are not privy to the articles of the governance, articles of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, we have invited people to our committee and they declined to attend, giving no reason for that non-attendance. And a letter we received from the Deputy Governor, the Governor, from the Chief of Staff, indicating that the Governor could not attend a sermon in this House because she enjoys the immunity of similar to those of the President, Honorable Speaker, which is not true, Honorable Speaker. And that was the second time we had summoned her. The first time she indicated that she was away with the Deputy President, but on the second summon, she took us in circles, and I think the reason is that there's a lot of impunity in this country, Honorable Speaker, which we must deal with right from now, because nobody can be allowed in this country, Honorable Speaker, to breathe through this honour house. We have a duty and responsibility, Honorable Speaker, to protect even the employees of this country, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kambura, Honorable Grace Kambura.
What is bothering you, Honorable Campbell? Okay, then I'll give you an opportunity. Let's allow Honorable Makas to finish, then Honorable Karen Mutevia, then you can you can even make contribution from the front here, no problem, Honorable Grace Campbell. If the microphone is not working, you use the one that Honorable Wachiri was using. Is that okay with you? Thank you, Honorable Campbell. Yes, Honorable Makas, please continue.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I hope I'll catch the flow, because it can go distracted a bit, Honorable Kambura. But Honorable Speaker, what I was saying is that we cannot allow the responsibilities and duties of the service board also to be taken over, to be hijacked by a few people, contrary to the provisions of the law. The county secretary and the chief of staff have actually usurped the powers of the service board by indulging in even the recruitment. Honorable Speaker, firing of employees attached to the office of the governor is another issue that really took us by surprise, because it's very demeaning, Honorable Speaker, for the deputy governor to be denied access to the of staff, to the extent of even being denied fuel, Honorable Speaker, and is supposed to run around and the duties that he must be doing as the deputy governor, but he cannot perform, Honorable Speaker. And I'm aware, Honorable Speaker, some members of the public have abandoned this and say they've been, the deputy governor registered to them for some money so that they could even fuel the car to move around. So the service board, Honorable Speaker, the county secretary, the public service board, Honorable Speaker, has been taken over. And when we invited them, they highlighted that they are not aware, they are not privy to most of the happenings regarding employment and salary. Honorable Speaker, I don't want to take a lot of time, but also I've gone through the annexures of the WhatsApp group or something, and what I'm seeing, Honorable Speaker, is baffling, because the deputy governor is being bashed on that bench, left, right, and center. And at some one of the pages, if I can read, Honorable Speaker, it says, Eugenia, sponsored by the DG, I'm using last warning and don't entertain useless threats. My 15 years in politics have never been such childishness and ukumbavu. Walinipea 6K, the entire constituency, and in Kithaanju yake I was last. Wanaongea nini sasa? You want to eat what you never labored for. It's a curse. Honorable Speaker, it's baffling, and the way it has been even believed from those pages is inhuman, and nobody deserves such.
Honorable Makas, who is being cast and who is casting there?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The other is the Governor Mwangaza, who is indicating how many votes she got from the constituency where the deputy governor hates from. And once you are elected, Honorable Speaker, you serve those who voted for you and those who didn't vote for you. So, bearing in mind this is a bench where there are junior officers, junior than the deputy governor, it's a bench where they are in. It's also very demeaning to write such things in such a place. So, with the few remarks or those few remarks, Honorable Speaker, I support the motion and call upon the members to do support. Thank you, Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Makasi, thank you. Honorable Karen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, yes, my name is Caleb Mutende Kibuko, representing the great people of municipality, and I like to support the motion. Mr. Speaker, you will allow me first to thank and appreciate our chair for this committee, this particular committee, where I am a member, for the good job that we've done as a committee. Again, Mr. Speaker, you will allow me, from my profession, I'm an accountant. And if I was asked the status of this county, Mr. Speaker, I would say the balance sheet of Meru leadership is heavy. Because the leader and the person who is at the helm is micromanaging this country like money in a basket or in a parcel. When we have been in this assembly listening to the Deputy Governor,
Honorable Kairi will be more particular. When you say the leader, who is the leader? Be more particular on the contribution that you're making.
I will be more particular, Mr. Speaker. And when I say the leader, but I mean the governor, who is Kairi Mwangaza. She is micromanaging the county. And as we all know, Mr. Speaker, we all have been given an opportunity to serve. It is an obligation that the people gave us. And when we see how she's treating the office of the governor, Mr. Speaker, it is heartening to us because the deputy governor was given an opportunity as well to serve the people of Meru. Article 179, Mr. Speaker, gives personally, and the powers that have been given the people of municipality, I like one to support and also call to order the executive led by the governor. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Chris Campbell. Directions. Honorable Chris Campbell, use the microphone here.
This one?
No, the one that is in front.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. For the records, I'm Grace Campbell, nominated by Bass Party in Meru County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I am one of the committee whereby we invited the CEC. Mr. Speaker, sir, who was arrogant, he was not even listening to my heavy chair. When he has came and read what the PA of Deputy Governor Jambingia and his driver, what they said, he said that the Deputy Governor does not even appear in our WhatsApp group. He doesn't appear in the cabinet WhatsApp group. My head chair continued asking him the reason why he is not appearing in both WhatsApp group. He said that he don't know. We better consider asking our governor, who is Kairi Mwangaza. Mr. Speaker, sir, Kairi Mwangaza does not even feel what a mother feels when he or she is approaching in front of her eyes. Mr. Speaker, sir, as a mother, we have to have two hearts, one for humanity and one for arrogance. For humanity, it is not even seen in our governor, who is Kairi Mwangaza. Mr. Speaker, sir, I stand to support this motion and I ask the whole House to support it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Grace Campbell, for your contribution. Yes, Honorable Meriti, then Honorable Mbiuki, will give further instructions from there.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For the record, I'm Merit Julius Elias Kaimbo. I represent the people from the Kidori Ward, and I want to support this discussion because
Honorable Kairi, it's not a discussion,
Okay.
it's a
Motion.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Be procedural.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I support this motion. On the issues that have been raised pertaining the welfare of the Deputy Governor of this county, in that, in my judgment, it is ignorance of time and content. Even to think that the Deputy Governor can miss his privileges and rights in this county. He's an officer who has been entitled to these rights and privileges by the Constitution, and even thinking that he does not exist is a slap on his face. So Article 6, Article 10 and 73 have been squandered, have been slashed down and stamped upon, which is very wrong as we sit as honourable members. I applaud this committee for coming up strongly to show the world what these officers are doing. It is barbaric, it is archaic and repugnant to render this office non-existence, the second office in Meru County, to act as if it is not there. Therefore, I recommend, as it has been done by my colleagues, that all what this office is entitled be reinstated with immediate effect, so that this county can have some respect, even for those who come in the future. You cannot run a county government like your home. You cannot talk like a lay person to the officers that have been elected by the people of this Meru. So to me, I strongly support, and with immediate effect, as it has been settled in 7 days, everything must be placed in order, and we want to see our second in command, the Deputy Governor, working effectively, efficiently, and discharging his duties for this county, because he is entitled to, and nobody can do otherwise. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Julius, Honorable Mbuki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for according me the opportunity. I'm Godwin Motembe Mbuki, representing the people of Wigos West. Mr. Speaker, I really shed tears. I don't even recall the last time I shed my tears, but unfortunately, when the Deputy Governor appeared before this committee, I almost shed my tears. Mr. Speaker, I believe that even those celebrating this regime is like they are not aware of what is happening. There is a lot of impunity and cover, and it is the right time that this one must be exposed for the public consumption, Mr. Speaker. I remember, Mr. Speaker, on 9th of August 2022, the people of Meru went to the ballot. I elected Governor Kawera Mwangaza as the governor of this county. At the same time, our deputy Twidinkia was elected as the principal assistant to the governor. Mr. Speaker, the purpose was to have them gently run the affairs of this county. And Mr. Speaker, we went ahead as the assembly to ensure that there is that smooth running of the county. We allocated the office of the governor 173.4 million to ensure that both the governor and the deputy governor are well facilitated. Mr. Speaker, it is surprising that the office of the deputy governor cannot operate. This is public money. This money does not belong to the governor. Mr. Speaker, I'm expecting that when we have a supplementary, at any given time, we expect some money to be moved from the office of the governor to some other department, because some of this money has not been used simply because the office of the governor or the deputy governor has not been facilitated. So, Mr. Speaker, I thank support And this impunity, Mr. Speaker, must end. As you are aware, the 2010 Constitution created two tiers of government. There is the national government, which is made up of the executive, the judiciary, and the parliament. The county government is made up of the assembly and the executive. And our common mandate, Mr. Speaker, is to check the executive. And we will check the governor because we have been empowered by the Constitution. We will check even the staff, Mr. Speaker, and the attempt of the governor and even the members of the executive not to appear before this house or the committee of this house is the impunity of the highest order, and we must deal with it very severely, Mr. Speaker. Otherwise, I intend to support the motion, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable, and the contribute, yes, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And for the purposes of record, I'm Hali Mwenda, MCAG Award, and the Deputy Speaker of this Honorable Assembly. First, Honorable Speaker, I would wish to commend this committee, the Sectoral Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Cohesion, for the work well done. In fact, they've sent a precedent that this Honorable Assembly is working and it should be respected. Honorable Speaker, on hearing the submissions that were made by His Excellency the Deputy Governor, it was really touching. Most of us who had an opportunity to listen to him were really moved by the issues that he raised in this assembly. And I remember at some point we didn't call upon the CEC. The CEC, that is one Monene, and I did ask him about issues on morality and the level of arrogance that CEC demonstrated to the members of this Honorable Assembly was beyond reproach. In fact, Meru County government is run by a dictator who disregards everything. It's like the whole of this government, it's a family affair. The CECs, the chief officers who elected in this Honorable Assembly, most of these members have really had it, who have gone to the executive on their issues concerning their want, the disrespect, the arrogance that these members have gone through. It's quite all-time high in Meru County. And a time has come that we need to fix Meru. And the Sectoral Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Cohesion have really set a precedent. And I would urge other committees of this House, the time has come that we have to fix the problems that we have in Meru. And as I heard my submission, Honorable Speaker, I would like to cite Article 195 of our Constitution that says a county assembly or any of its committee has powers to summon any person to appear before it for the purposes of giving evidence Thank you. It's back. I'll repeat it again. That is Article 195 of our Constitution that states that a county assembly or any of its committee has the power to summon any person to appear before it for the purposes of giving evidence or providing information. Number two, it is